Well, good evening. Welcome along. Sunday night. Of course, another edition of the Sunday Bunch here on SFC Fan TV. And of course, joining us tonight, we've got Terry and Lee. And Gary's going to be joining us as well very soon. Terry, how's your day been? A good Sunday?
The usual, nothing out of the extraordinary apart from that game I've just watched, Man City versus Liverpool. It was a cracking game. Some bizarre things happened in that game today.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I checked the score and it was on about 82 minutes and Liverpool were winning. And then when I looked, it was then 3-1, but apparently a goal must have got chalked off because it ended up 2-1, didn't it? But
it was just anyway. that third goal was just completely mad. It was laughable, to be honest. Then it was just because
right, fair enough. Lee, you've got your rain hat on. Lee over in Spain. Is it raining in Spain?
Buenas noches, Philly. Sí, está lloviendo. Yes, it is raining. It's been pissing down all day.
Yes. We've had it for it's rained here for like 40 days and 40 nights. Honestly, it's just not on, man. Biblical. Right, don't forget, of course, we are live, which means you can join us via live chat. Before we start, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor for the season, wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Check them out. There is a link in the description. Go and have a look. Win yourself some cash, life-changing amounts as well. Like we say, we are live, which means you can join in the show. You can have your say. If you've got any comments you'd like to get them in there, we'll try and get as many of those on as we can. Mickey Stewart is already on there. First up, evening, lads. Welcome back to talk about our team, Sundlak. Right, fair enough. Hiya, gang. That's Ian's on there. Mickey Stewart said, Tony Lee. Hello, Tony Lee. All right, Mungie and the gang. He says, Mickey Stewart, hi, Phil. How's your pizzas? Wolf competition. Yeah, there's a new video going on today. I was making some pizzas. I know. I'll just go and check it out. Go and have a look. You'll see. Even our very own Emma is on there saying just 3 tonight. And she's saying that because she's not been contacted and she's thinking I could have come on. No, Emma. Gary is late, but he will be kept back after school for a bit of detention. Where's Dino and his lights? Dino is working. Dino works for Nissan, does shift work, and he's working this week. There you go. I think that's the housework done. Before we get into yesterday and Everton, God, honestly, I'm overworked. And Arsenal. There was the little matter of Burnley. Of course, last Monday night we played Burnley. Lee, your thoughts on the game? How do you think it went?
Pretty much as expected, Phil, because Burnley are a terrible team and they didn't look like a team who want to stay up in the Premier League. And I don't think we got out of second here. I thought it was very comfortable for us. It was a convincing win. But I think, to be honest, we could have scored 6 or 7 if we wanted to. But it was nice to score 3 goals. It was nice to see Diarra play well. But yeah, Robbie had a very good game. But yeah, there's not much else to say. And that was just a very routine win and comfortable because Burnley are pretty shit.
All right, fair enough. DJ Sizzler Watson on the chat, definitely showing his age. Evening all. Dixon and Duck Green, which is only probably me and Terry will relate to that. Even Terry might not get that one though. Right, okay. Also, David Walker says, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Usual, I'm sure. Liverpool player suspended for Wednesday is good for us.
Sly.
Who?
Slobber Sly.
He's a little bit sly, did you say?
Aye, Slobber Sly.
Oh, Slobber Sly. Right, there you go. Anyway, suspended, which is good for us. Terry, Monday night, comfortable 3-0 win. Thoughts on the game?
Spot on. Aye, absolutely spot on. Great result, unbeaten at home still, 1-7, drawn 5. You could have those home results every single game. It would be amazing. Burnley, worst team I've seen at the stadium of light, apart from Newcastle. What can I say? I went out the third gear, straightforward. Got to see Diarra back in the side, gives a bit more energy in the box to help Robbie out. Robbie had a great game. Got to see Hume and Ronaldo make up for the poor game against West Ham, and also already. So it was a good all-round team performance. Everyone performed, and a cracking goal by Talby to boot. So fantastic.
Fair enough. I mean, Burnley were just. I mean, they were so bad. It's difficult to gauge if we. I mean, Lee said there we never even got out of second gear. But I mean, they don't look like a team that's going to be staying up. Burnley. I mean, they were just not a test for us at all. And to be fair, I think going into the game, a lot of people, and including I think some of us, thought this game was going to be easy. But it turned out to be anything but. Is that right there, Terry?
Yeah, it's face the Burnley are down. They got beat against West Ham yesterday at home as well, so they absolutely cooked as well as Wolves. So it comes down to one more team to get relegated.
Yeah, which is all good. Just quickly, Lee, your thoughts on Burnley? Stretch it out because I'm trying to reply to this phone call. But go on.
No, I think it. Like I said before, it was a very comfortable performance. We didn't have to work hard for it. I think the positives were seeing like the two AFCON lads, Diarra and Talby, come back into the team and add something that we've been missing, and that's goals. Diarra was like breaking forward a lot. He was getting in good positions.
Sorry, you said a lot. So a lot was missing. Did you say like balls missing? Goals. It's just that with you saying that, I just meant I could give a shout out to my little Colin. Of course, Colin, my cockapoo. He had his balls cut off on Thursday. I think it was on Thursday, and he's been feeling sorry for himself. Carry on. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I've got like Habib Diarra's balls and Colin's balls in my head now, have I? Anyway, so no, it was nice to see them. Diarra was like really impressed me a lot because he got lots of energy. He was getting up the pitch into the box and he scored one. The other one got chalked off for an own goal or took away from him. And Talby, I thought he was excellent. His energy levels were brilliant. And that finish was just outstanding, wasn't it? And I think he almost had another one yesterday against Arsenal where he could have got another goal. So, no, I'm really pleased with the way the team is playing at the minute. We are missing Xhaka because we have lost 2 games without him and we've conceded 6 goals, I think it is. But I think once he gets back, we'll be looking very good in that middle of the pitch. And I think in general, we'll get plenty of wins, I think, in the next, 13 games that are left.
I think we also knew we needed to win against Burnley with the difficult games coming up against Arsenal and Liverpool as well.
Right. Are you suggesting then, Lee, that we're a one-man team?
Not a one-man team, but like against the big teams, like the Arsenals, your Man Cities, I think you need your leader there to help you, and I think we have struggled without him.
You take away your best player and captain from any side, and you're going to be a weaker team, full stop. So, it's always a bonus to have him there. He's been class this season, and we are missing him big time.
Right, okay, fair enough. What was the shining lights from the game? Who stood out for you? I mean, I know Diarra came in and he seemed to shine. Was he the standout performer for you, Terry?
Yeah, he was my man of the match, but there was a lot of good performances as well. Like I say, Robbie just holds the ball up really well, and he gives like sort of defenders nightmares with his strength and his ability to bring other players into play. But yeah, I mean, Talby again coming back, and he needed them few minutes against West Ham, the same as Diarra did, to get himself more up to fitness, ready for this match against Burnley. And the more players you have fit, the better for the squad. So it's all good.
Right, fair enough. Matt and Cabby on there. Hope you're all well. Miles, Percival, give a shout out to him as well. Lee, you standout man then on Monday night?
I think you could say like Diarra, Talby, and Dan Ballard. I think those 3 were rock solid. I think Dan Ballard's is just immense. He played well yesterday, even though we conceded 3 goals. I thought he was excellent. And I would say probably Diarra, then Ballard.
Fair enough. We've been joined by Gary. Has joined us here. Thanks for getting on as soon as you could there. Gary, we're just discussing Burnley down here, saying it was a comfortable 3-0 when Burnley were terrible. Gary, did you have any standout players from Monday night?
Yeah, before I answer that, sorry for being late, Phil. I'd finished my pink slices and my blue pop before I joined you. So, it is a question of priorities. Monday, I think everybody had a good game, really, didn't they? I think I was joined then. Lee was just talking about Diarra. I think he was definitely the standout for me. Look, every time you ask me that question, I'm going to mention Siddiqui at one point or another because I just think he's a colossus. And without Xhaka, he's working even harder. I think I saw him give the ball away on Monday night, and it's like, all right, he does do that occasionally. Then but it's pretty rare. So, yeah, right across the pitch, I thought they played well, but as we saw yesterday, there's a hell of a difference between Burnley and Arsenal, and they were as poor a team as I've seen since Championship days. But we'll take it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. They didn't even. I mean, when we spoke about them last week, we wasn't 100% certain we was just going to wipe the floor with them because it was one of them what could have potentially been a banana skin. And you on paper, yes, you win that game, but it's not played on paper. So anyway, it went the way we wanted it to, and nice 3 points, which was needed. Quickly on the chat. McSpan says, why was Hume taking throw-ins? He's on about yesterday, I think. Ian Wilkinson says, because he can't kick a ball. Right, okay. Just very quickly, we've got 80 people on the stream at the moment, 30 likes. We do like to try and get to 100 likes if we can on a Sunday. So just hit the thumbs up. It does help our little channel down here. And, of course, if you are watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It's free to do that, and that will help us out as well. All right, so we went on to Arsenal yesterday, 3-0 defeat. I think deep down in all our hearts, we hoped for a win, but didn't expect it. So I don't think there's be too much crying over that. But we'll start with you on this, Gary. Actually, were you happy with the lineup when you saw it? Hume captain there again.
Yeah, the lineup for me was as expected. I don't think he was going to make too many changes around on after Monday night. Hume as captain thing's a bit weird for me because I would have thought Mukiele was the standout in terms of taking over that role. Not only his experience, but the way he is on the pitch as well. Having said that, Hume's been a bit of a prodigy, I think, of the team or of the club in the last couple of years in terms of his rise. He's captain Northern Ireland. So maybe that's just part of his, the club trying to give him that responsibility. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. Is he captain material normally? I'm not sure. But in terms of the lineup, yeah, it was as expected. Probably the most exciting bit for me was seeing Angulo on the bench. And of course, we saw him come on as well. So, yeah, as expected. Look, there's been a fair bit of talk about Gertruda, and I don't quite know why, particularly with Xhaka out, why he's not been a starter. But yeah.
Are you not a fan of Gertruda then, Gary?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think he's done okay. I think he's been pretty good. I think the first time I saw him was at Chelsea. He impressed me then. And obviously, the way he's so adaptable. I think there's been a fair bit of talk about our formation, but the fact him and Hume can interchange between sort of like midfield and right back, I think has definitely been a positive. But yeah, I would like to look. For me, it would have been him and Siddiqui in midfield, as in the holding midfielders, and then Diarra and Lafille playing off them. But for whatever reason, he's not been getting regular game time.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. When Hume came off, it was Ballard got the armband, didn't he? I mean, we discussed who we thought would be captain, and Ballard's definitely up there with the show. We were saying just quickly before I pass this round on the chat. Jim Buck says we played really well yesterday. Yet again, officials were shite. Do we think Reggie needs to freshen it up? Wezu says Sunderland without their best player versus Liverpool without their best player this week. Terry, the lineup, was you happy when you saw the lineup? And are you still all right with Hume with the captain's armband?
Yeah, I can only go one or two ways, really. He can only like start with Truder and put Diarra on the right and drop Hume, but he wasn't going to do that with Xhaka not being on the pitch. So I think when I looked at it, I thought, yeah, he's not going to make many changes, if any changes at all. Mind you, I think when Xhaka gets back into the team, Hume goes to the bench because I think that Diarra goes over to the right until Traore is ready. So I think we need we'll need either Traore or Diarra over on the right when Xhaka gets back. So I think Hume sort of is filling in that space while Xhaka's away at this moment in time, obviously, because he's doing an okay job over on the right. I think why he's taking throw-ins, all I can think is that Mukeli has some sort of arm injury or something where he kind of threw the ball. I think he went down last week against Burnley, or I forget which game it was, and he got tackled on a bit. Yeah. And I think maybe he's struggling with an injury in the arm somewhere, so he's not being able to launch those rockets in the box. So until he gets himself sorted out, that's why Hume's playing. But yeah, I didn't really expect too many changes yesterday, to be fair. Just a shame we're missing Xhaka, that's all.
All right, fair enough. Ian Wilkinson on the chat says, still not convinced Nordy is a right back. He's better in the middle. Dave the Rave's on there. Hi, Dave the Rave. Thanks for tuning in. Ian Wilkinson also says Hume shouldn't be on the pitch. He's not good enough for the Prem, saying down there. The lineup then, Hume, Captain Lee, were you happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it made sense. I mean, people are saying that possibly Gertrude could have come in and played the defensive midfield role, but I think we saw when we kicked off and the high press that was the way we wanted to play. We didn't want to play defending at the edge of our own box and let Arsenal come onto us. We wanted to try and get at them and make them make mistakes in their defence, and I think that kind of worked and until they scored the goal, which was our own mistake. But so yeah, people could argue that Gertrude would have been a good option, but I think Reggie got it spot on. Hume, captain, I mean, he's not the same as Xhaka. I mean, Xhaka is a talker. You tell him, like, Xhaka dictates absolutely everything. He tells players where to go, where to pass. He's always talking. Hume comes across in club media interviews very kind of relaxed, calm, not a very big speaker. Again, there are all sorts of captains, aren't there? So we don't really know what leadership skills Hume has got. But I mean, Reggie Lambiche must have seen something in him to decide to make him captain. The comment there about don't know whether Mukeli's a right back. I think he is, and I think he suits the way we play because we only play with one attacking winger and one kind of defensive wide player, and that on that wide player defensive side that we do, Mukeli's always on the overlap, and I think that he's one of the fastest, and he'd be much suited to that than Trey Hume because Trey Hume doesn't simply have the pace.
Right, okay. Yeah, fair enough. There's somebody on the chat here says, Dan Wilkes says 3-0 flattered Arsenal. I've got it as one of our questions. Do we agree with that? I mean, 3-0, it did flatter them, didn't it, Terry?
Yeah, I think it did towards the end. Obviously, we put a lot of effort into the game. We got tired. They have a much stronger bench to bring on better quality players. You just see by the last goal, man, the two subs come on and Ronaldo was out on his feet. He was knackered. At the end of the day, look, Arsenal are the best team in the Premier League. The 6 points clear. It looks as if they're going to, between them and Man City, to win the league. So they're going to always be very difficult. The hardest game away of the season at Arsenal, isn't it? Let's face it. And they forced our defenders into making mistakes. There's not many teams do that. And that's what they did, you know. The first goal, you kind of said, already passed the ball away badly. Second goal, Mukeli didn't clear it out as good as you would normally do. But that's what good teams do. They did the high press. They forced us into making the mistakes. And they had, like, when you got players like Gyökeres and I forget the other guy who came off the bench, but, you know, just top quality players to come off the bench, you're going to be struggling. At the end of the day, you know, you go to Arsenal. Nobody really expected us to go there and get 3 points. A draw at best. And we held them at bay for 40 minutes. So I think the players can hold their heads up high, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, nobody expected us to go there and get a win, even though I had my 2-1 bet on. But I did have a cheat. When I saw Sunderland with 12-1 to win, I thought we'll have a cheeky fiver on that just in case. But there you go. That's me not eating for the rest of the week. Just very quickly, Wezu.
The world of good.
Yeah. Now, behave. We spoke about this before we came on air. All right, so we'll have none of that. Wezu says, Football captains historically weren't as important as rugby and cricket ones, but now the communication with ref is limited to captains. It's so important to have a good communicator. Hume is not in that role when no Zaka. So, yeah, possibly right. John Swinney, our friend who watches down in New Zealand, says never a 3-0 game. Gary, never a 3-0 game, no?
That's exactly what I said coming out the ground last night. I think that flattered them, and I think that third one, obviously we were still trying to pull something back at that stage, just trying to get a consolation, and that's where it came from. And as we've already said, 2 players who were on a sub, still fresh. It was just a breakaway goal. That's always the risk when you try and press, particularly late in the game when the majority of the lads are tired. So no, I think from what I've read on social media, Arsenal fans think the same. I think we took the game to them, far less defensive. A lot of other teams, we obviously worried them at certain points, and I think they would say the same. So I don't think there's any doubt about that. Even the second one, we'd started well in the second half. They were really pressing us at that point. You felt as though they had a bit of momentum, so no complete surprise. And
I'll tell you what, Gary, if you want to answer all my questions, I'm going to put out to you. Yeah, you can do that.
Well, that's what you asked me to do, wasn't it? You sent me a list beforehand.
Yeah, I know. Right, so did you go down to the Emirates then, Gary?
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
Right, nice one. I went to Highbury a few times. I've never been to the Emirates just yet, but so good atmosphere down there, yeah?
A bit mixed. I've got to be honest, in terms of our away fans, I think there's certain grounds, it's a bit like this at Anfield, a bit like this at Man City as well. If there's no direct roof over the fans.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't seem to have the same atmosphere as some of the old grounds. And obviously from half-time onwards, and certainly the second goal, it died off a little bit. But I mean, our lads always obviously turn up and start off well. But yeah, I think we start to lose faith a bit in the second half. I'd say it's a nice ground to go to, but like a lot of modern stadiums, it's a bit
it's full of Arsenal fans, isn't it? Arsenal
it's full of tourists like Chelsea and Liverpool.
Well, they feel entitled, don't they? They're just I mean, I went off and when they were all calling for Arsene Wenger to be sacked, and I'm thinking, you know what? You're like, you haven't got a clue. You just haven't got a clue.
I can't be dealing with football fans from who are entitled. Certain clubs. Yeah. Yeah, it just does my head in.
Sorry about Lee. Never a 3-0 win, was it?
No, I don't think so. No, not at all, Philly. I think the fact that their 3 goals came from our mistakes and they struggled to kind of really break us down says a lot. And I suppose there was always a fear that if we didn't play well, we could get a thumping, because we saw that what Arsenal did at Leeds at Ellen Road last week was 4-0 away win. And listen, they dominated that game, but I don't think they had it all in their own way. We were in the game for much of the first half. And I even saw a stat in the second half on the stream I was watching saying that after the 52 minutes, we had 52% of the possession and they only had 48. Yeah. And that's absolutely mental. So no, I think it really flattered them. But again, like I said, the disappointing thing was that the goals came from our mistakes.
Yeah, right. Okay. Just very quickly, we got 100 people on the stream. We got 48 likes. So we do like to try and hit 100 if we can on a Sunday. Help us out, please. It's only a tiny little channel what we got here. And if you give us a like, 52 more people will get us that 100, and that will help the channel out. And of course, don't forget, if you hit the subscribe button, if you're not already subscribed, do that. It's free to subscribe as well. Jim Buck, I like the way Jim Buck does this. We're still on for Europe. Yes, we are. SAFC Tom says hi to us all. Back now after some tough times, but he's always been watching. Hope everything's all right, Tom. Glad to see you back in the chat and being part of the show. Very much a game of two halves, then, my opinion. Do you think we're unlucky to win 1-0 down at half-time then, Terry?
Well, no, not really. It was a good goal, wasn't it? It was a cracking shot. I would love to have gone in 0-0 at half-time, but I wouldn't say we were sort of unlucky. I just think at the end of the day, there was just one good strike between the two teams. That was all. We had an opportunity early days when I think we won the header and their keeper fluffed his lines, and Bobby kind of didn't really get any power behind the shot, and they They cleared it kind of away from the goal. But yeah, I mean, we didn't create that many chances in the first half. But I think, like I said, sometimes the cream rises to the top, doesn't it? And you've got to accept it, and you're going 1-0 down. It's not really that bad, to be honest. We came out, like I say, we're going to talk about the second half very shortly, but I thought the second half we started better than we did sort of midway through the second half. First half, I mean.
Right, okay. There's a little bit of a spat going on the chat there between Jim Buck and Ian Wilkinson. That's what we like to see. Good bit of fighting, a bit of infighting there. See, I thought we were unlucky. I thought we did all right, and we'll get on the second half where we did improve second half. I mean, it was that mistake that gave them that goal. Terry.
What I'm going to say is the referee didn't give us any favours in the first half, to be honest. We didn't get. I just think he was one of those referees who just either likes top of the table sides or he's a home referee, but we didn't seem to get very much at all.
Right, okay. Johnny Cool says, played all the big teams away now. I've got Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool to come. Lee, game of two halves. Do you not think we was unlucky to go in at 1-0 down at half time?
Yeah, to be honest, Philly, I think I was, because I think they scored in 37 minutes, something like that, and I was kind of thinking, well, we look quite comfortable. We don't look like conceding. And I was thinking of getting the half time at 0-0. And then come out pretty much similar second half and frustrate them and see if we can get a goal. But I think the only way we were going to score a goal seemed to be from set pieces, and I don't think our set pieces were very good yesterday. I thought they were quite poor. Obviously, we always go for Ballard and Alderete, but we had that chance at the start of the game where Ballard jumped up and disturbed Raya, who was wanting a free kick, was never a free kick, and then Robbie, I think he's got to do much better as a centre forward. You're just begging for Kevin Phillips to be there, and he whacked that in the bottom net. And Robbie, he's a bit clumsy with his finishing at times, I think. And so I was a bit disappointed that we didn't get that chance, because those are the half chances that you need to take against the top teams. So yeah, the first goal from them, I think it could have been avoided, because we were playing out from the back and Robin Roos had the ball, but as soon as he kicks that ball to Alderete on the left-hand side, Madueku, I think he's called Madueke, he's already on his bike and he's closing them down. Alderete hasn't got his body in the right position to be able to shift the ball and get it cleared. So he's going to make a decision. What do I do? Do I try and take him on? He tries to take him on, loses the ball, and 20 seconds later we concede yet another long-range shot. And that's like the one against West Ham, the one against Man City, and now this one. I think it's just when we get too deep. And we don't get out fast enough to close them down. But I mean, if you look at that goal, it's amazing that Arsenal had 6 players in the box. We can only dream of getting that many in the box when we're on attack. So again, it was a very good finish, but it could have been avoided. I think Robin Roos should just basically hoofed it upfield. I thought his distribution was a bit poor yesterday as well sometimes.
Right, okay. I've just checked it early because I did quiz that, because you said, their goal on 37 minutes, and I thought it was closer to half time than that, because I do also have to hold my hands up. Which
42 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I do hold my hands up. It was my fault that they did score, because I did say to our lads at the time, I said, this is pretty good, hanging on, going in half time at 0-0. I'll be well over the moon with that. And I said that to our lads, and within a minute they scored. And I thought, why have I gone and said that? So apologies to our Sunderland fans around the world. It was, I know, Terry.
You don't have to apologise.
Yeah. I knew we were going to get a bite off you, Terry.
You don't have to apologise.
It was my fault. I'm sorry, Sunderland fans. My fault. Definitely my fault.
Anyway, characters out there.
Gary, do you think we're unlucky to go in 1-0 down?
Kind of, yeah. I think we've done enough to have got 0-0 to half time at 0-0. Having said that, they had a couple of chances that just whistled past the post, didn't they? And they from outside the box as well. I think Kai Havertz had a good effort. Somebody else had a good shot. So a couple of times they threatened. I get a bit frustrated when we don't close players down on the edge of the box. It's like we're inviting a shot, and the quality of players, Arsenal, Man City, etc. sooner or later somebody's going to ping one on either the top corner or off the post like yesterday. Having said that, I could see what we were doing. We were doubling up with on the wingers, so that left us a little bit exposed the edge of the box. But we must be able to see the threat. So I'd like to have seen us get out a bit quicker. There's an element of luck. It went in off the post. So, but yeah, if we got, I don't think too many people would have complained if we got to half time and it's still been 0-0. So yeah, even at 1-0, I didn't think we were out of it.
Yeah,
we had to go.
Johnny Cool on the chat there says never close them down, which is like like what you're saying there as well. We were better again, in my opinion. We were a lot better second half. I thought we came out fighting. Did we show them too much respect in the first half? Go on, Terry.
Does anybody else think that elbow from Havertz should have been some kind of yellow card or free kick or red card or anything, or was just a clumsy accident?
When was that?
First half, when it was 0-0. Lefebvre got an elbow right in the face.
I'm not sure.
No, I'll take that, Phil, if you want. The commentators were saying that it's not the first time that Havertz has done that. He does it quite a lot. It's probably not intentional, but it's the way he kind of attacks the ball and the way he kind of defends his own body as well, that he always puts his elbow in. And they were saying that he possibly is lucky not to get a yellow card for it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I saw it. Mind
if that's a Sunderland player, it's 100% a yellow card and a free kick.
Yeah, I must admit, watching the game yesterday, round at my friend's house on his Fire Stick, because I don't have anything like that. It was I got a lot of buffering on that, and I won't be going round to his house to watch it there again. So, because I don't recall the incident at all, so maybe it was during one of those buffering things. Did we show him too much respect, though, Terry, do you think, in the first half? Because second half, we really went for them,
No, I just think Arsenal, that's what they do at home. They're a decent side. They've got quality players at the top of the table. They're going to be under pressure at times. Just like the lad said, we just don't seem to close down edge of the box shots, and that's what we need to start doing. That's something we need to learn from. We defend really well in numbers in the low block, but at times we need to close those players down, especially when they are like quality players. They're going to have some really good strikes on them, and they're going to score in off the post. It's not lucky or unlucky. It hit the post and went in. It hit the shot in the right place. Anywhere else, Ruth saves it. That's the only place it would have gone on the ground that he couldn't get, and that's the way it is. It was a good shot.
Fair enough. Gary. Did we show him too much respect in the first half? Because we did up our game in the second half. We came out in the second half. We did look like we could get something out of this. Whereas first half, I thought we was more sort of hanging on, really.
Yeah, we were a bit more timid first half, weren't we? I think we took going down to 1-0 before we start to push the game a bit more. I was worried at the start of the season that some of our players might be a bit overawed about playing at some of these big stadiums. I don't think that was the case yesterday. I think I certainly saw it. Maybe it's at Man United, possibly City, but yesterday I thought they were pressing us. They just weren't letting us play. And when we're getting pressed, even our better players, what they're inevitably going to do is they're going to try and hit it up to Robbie. That's what he's there for. That's what he's good at. The problem is, even if he holds it up, we're not getting players quick enough up the pitch to then feed off him. So I think we've kind of got to sort ourselves out a little bit in terms of how we play. We've already referred to certain players coming in. I think one of the big misses has been Traore. I think we've got Traore. I think Talby's settling. I like Talby, and maybe he's the new lad coming in as well. We need to have a bit more of a threat on the wings. That's the thing for me. That's what we've missed the last couple of months, maybe. And it'll give us a variation in the play. If we can push more down the wings, we're not totally reliant on Robbie down the middle. But sorry, to answer your question after I've finished gabbling on, I don't think it was respect. I think the way they played, they put us under pressure. They've got good footballers, and we were giving the ball back to them because of the press. It was a good press.
Yeah, right. Lee, for you, did we respect them too much in the first half?
No, not at all. I think if we'd have gone with Gertrude as a defensive midfielder, I think that would have been a sign of showing them too much respect and worrying about what they're going to do. But I think the fact that you put Lafay in the midfield three with Diarra and Siddiqui, and you see Lafay doing a high press with Diarra and Robbie, I think that goes to show that we didn't show them respect. We kind of we wanted to take the game to them, and yeah, it was disappointing that we conceded that first goal in the first half, but in the second half, I mean, we had some good chances. I mean, at the start, Talby had that shot. Again, it's not a great chance, but it's a half chance. You got to try and take them. There was a long ball from Robin Roofs where Robbie was causing havoc, and I think Talby, if he's a little bit braver, can like stick his head in there, and I think if he gets his head on the ball and he gets taken out by David Raya, that's a red card. So the game can change, and that's one of my criticisms of Talby is that he needs to be a bit more aggressive, a bit braver, because he can help the team out. He might get knocked out for a couple of weeks, but I think if he gets like a goal for us or he gets a player sent off and gets us an advantage, then
who's bothered about his health if he gets a goal for us? That's all right. So just very quickly,
a question of Lee. Lee, do you not think if we played Gertrude, we would have played it out of defence better? Because he's going to pick it up as Siddiqui does. And I was just a bit concerned, Diarra and Lafay having to come back when they've got 6 men in the box, like Terry said. It's pinning us back, but not necessarily with defensive-minded players.
I think we would have struggled yesterday, Gary, with Gertrude, because if you saw Arsenal, they never let us play out from the back once. They always had two forwards trying to split. Yeah. So I think we would have struggled a lot more. We saw it at the Stadium of Light when they scored their equaliser. I think it was like Lafay got caught out, Gertrude got caught out a couple of games. And I think if you play against the top teams who have a very good, well-coordinated high press, you will get caught out. And I think yesterday we saw that Robin Roos was trying to find balls in the middle of the pitch rather than playing out from the back. And I think it worked to an extent. And the only time we got caught out was with Aldrete. And that mistake
I thought Gertrude would have helped us in that regard. Because I thought their midfield, Declan and Rice in particular, were excellent. But sorry, Phil.
So just before I bring you in, Terry, can you just say Alderete again? Because Emma is watching.
Alderete.
There you go. Terry, you want in there?
Yeah, I mean, when Xhaka plays, he does sometimes play very deep in defence as well, So for me, I think we're not getting enough credit to Siddiqui, who could play more of a box-to-box player and have Gertrude as your defensive midfielder with Siddiqui and Diarra going further forward and Siddiqui coming back and helping out Gertrude. So, I don't see a reason why we can't try Gertrude in that position and let Siddiqui get more further forward at times because he has a lot of energy and that's what he can do.
Lee?
I think, but if you can't compare Gertrude to Granit Xhaka the way he plays.
Well, you can't compare anybody to Granit Xhaka, can you?
No,
really?
No. Well, I mean, I was on a podcast this morning and I was saying there's 3 players in world football that are excellent players in that role. And you got Declan Rice is one of them, Granit Xhaka, and you probably got Rodri at Man City, the ones who are the best at receiving the ball in those tight spaces and being able to get out. And we're lucky that we've got one of the best 3 players in the world in our club at that role.
Right, okay. Very quickly. Johnny Cool saying Alderete not playing very well. Jim Stevens is saying about Gertrude, we should play him against Liverpool. Probably a good shout, even because of the fact that Liverpool wanted him as well. Possibly, but I'm getting well behind on the chat here. I've got to go do a quick advert as well because we're sort of racing through this. So just very quickly again, our channel sponsors this season are Wolf Competitions, and a massive thank you to them. I'm just going to do this car again because people do ask, well, it's a competition site, wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Go on, have a look. You can win loads of prizes, money, big cash. We've given loads of cash away this week, and in fact, we went to a guy on Monday who'd won 25 grand. So we're giving 25 grand. When they're going back to his house again on Wednesday, He won another 500 quid. And we've got this. I've got the schedule through for tomorrow. And we're back at his house again tomorrow, where he's won 2 grand and a chance to win another 600. So check it out. There is a link in the description. People win over and over again. But you can even do it for free if you want. Just very quickly. This is the car. All right, this Mercedes. All right, the tickets are free. So if you're not been on yet, go on to wolfcompetitions.co.uk. All right, just register your name on there, and you can get 5 free tickets. They'll give you 5 free tickets to that. 92% of the tickets have all been sold now. Once they're sold, it'll be drawn. If they're not all sold, it'll be drawn. I think it's at the end of this month, about the 27th, I think it is. So you can even go on and you could win that car, that very car there, all right, for free. So get yourself on, get a ticket. It's wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There is a description, link in the description. Check it out. And once again, a massive thanks to them for sponsoring our tiny little football channel. So thanks, keeping us alive. Right, just very quickly then. Before we went 2-0 down then, I mean, I thought it was ours for the taking. They obviously changed it round when they brought Gyökeres on, and within 6 minutes of him being on, he scored and that. But even at 2-0 down, did you think that was game over for us? I mean, it was Arsenal. But I think up until then, I thought second half, I thought it was unlucky to go 2-0 down. Gary?
It's a bit of a cliche, isn't it, about 2-0 being a dangerous scoreline?
Yeah.
Because if you peg them back, all of a sudden the momentum's your way, and at that point we'd have taken a draw, wouldn't we? A draw anyway,
Yeah.
probably. But so no, I didn't feel we were out of it at that point. I thought we still had a chance, and when we were keeping possession, I think that might be the point when we did have a couple of good goals at them, a couple of longer balls up the pitch. Solid tried to do a Nedum maneuver and go right through the middle. So no, I still felt we had something at that point, and I do believe, no matter who they are, if we'd pegged them back, they would have got the jitters a little bit. So it would have been interesting to see how the game had played out at that point. So I didn't think it was dead in the water, but it's unlikely a team like that. They're really well drilled. They're functional. I don't think there's a lot of flair necessarily on display, but they grind teams down, don't they? So it was against the odds, but yeah, we were still had a chance.
Yeah, fair enough. Terry, 2-0 down. Did you then think, we'll chuck the towel in now, game over?
Well, no one took the towel in, but it doesn't mean you can't think that you're going to get beat. Because 2-0 down against Arsenal, I think that's game over for me, to be honest. If we had Xhaka available and whatever, but yeah, I didn't think we were going to win the game before the game even started. So I was pleased for the lads to play so well as they did. So anything else would have been a bonus for me, because I think when you're playing at home against Burnley, you win them 3-0, you think that's a good result. And if you only got a draw against Burnley, you'd be disappointed. But going to Arsenal, you kind of think, well, these are going to be champions of the Premier League, could even possibly be champions of Europe. Chances of us going there and turning them over is very slim. There's always a chance of getting a goal, but I thought at 1-0 we had a good chance of coming back. And I thought we started second half really well on the front foot. And we had 1 or 2 chances. Talaby shot, the keeper made a good save. So we did have a chance. But once they scored the second goal and had those substitutions to freshen it up, that's the difference in the quality, isn't it? The difference being a side like Arsenal with that strong bench. They've even got players injured as well. So it's always be difficult down there.
When I said throwing the towel in, I'm not on about the team throwing the towel in. I'm just sort of saying, Gary, it was a game over for us, really. I was basically saying, Lee, 2-0 down. Did you still think we was possibly in it?
I think it was unlikely, given that we're 2-0 down away from home against the league leaders. But you never know. If you get a goal back, you can always make them feel uncomfortable and make them feel on edge, because obviously teams at the top, when they are fighting for the title, especially Arsenal, they've got previous experience of throwing it away when they've been ahead. You never know how they might react. But I think we were only going to score yesterday, really, from a set piece. And our set pieces weren't good. The throw-ins weren't long enough from Hume. We didn't have Mukiele taking throw-ins. The free kicks that we were getting in weren't very good neither. And then I think on 64 minutes, just before they scored, he actually brought on Romain Mundle for Talby, and I was like questioning what is his aim with that change. I mean, is he going to try and get at them more? But 2 minutes later, Gyökeres comes on. When they can bring on in 7 minutes, they can bring on Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Eze. You can't really complain, can you not? Because Gyökeres, what, 70 odd million quid? I think he cost. Brilliant striker, knows where the goal is. So yeah, I think 2-0 was kind of like not curtains, but you couldn't see us coming back unless we got like a fluke goal or a dead ball goal. But it wasn't going to happen, I don't think. By the way we were playing and the quality that we were offering.
Go on, Terry.
I think if Nielsen had been at the club longer than a day, I think he would have came on rather than Mundle in future games, personally.
Right, okay. We'll get on to him just now. Just very quickly, we've got 7. If there's another 26 people hit the thumbs up, that'll hit the 100 we like to get to on a Sunday night. So give us a like on that, and we will love you forevermore. Just very quickly as well, on the chat here. Where are we at? Oh yeah, DJ Sizzler Watson says, can we tell everyone to check Joanne Youngson's post about George Foster, please? Obviously, Joanne's Nick Barnes' missus. Of course, George Foster, who passed away this week. I've known George for many, many years. Where he was on the buses when I used to go as an 18-year-old, and then when I worked as a printer, and he used to get his commemorative envelopes done. I did all his printing for him and stuff like that. And, massive part of the club. So I don't know if that post has got details of the funeral or not, but I think if I'm about and nearby, I'll probably pop along to that.
Phil, I think there's a book of remembrance or something similar set up on Wednesday.
Right, okay. Right.
Game.
So check that out anyway. If you check that out, Joanne Youngson's post on Facebook, that'll obviously give you some info there. Jim Bug says, we're going to Europe. Our last has me by the gonads, apparently. Either way, you will see a Macam in Milan. Well, Jim, I'm the same. When we get into Europe, I'm going as well, even though our last keeps saying I'll be packing my bags and all that. But listen, Sunderland's been in my life a lot longer than she has. But I hope to God she's not watching this. Anyway, did I see Dan Ballard get dragged down in the box? And for me, it was a nailed-on penalty we should have had. And this is what gets me about VAR. It just didn't even really get mentioned. Did anybody see that?
I didn't see it.
Maybe when my mate's Fire Stick started buffering, maybe it cut to someone else.
It was on Match of the Day last night, wasn't it? They showed you like that, because that was just literally, was that literally before their third goal?
I can't remember what it was. I've not watched Match of the Day, so I don't know. I watched it live around my friends on his Fire Stick with his bad internet connection.
Again, the referee was going to give us an out yesterday, so I didn't expect to get a penalty. Yeah,
I just... Anyway, right. I'll tell you what. Then let's quickly, because I'm running right out of time. I've got loads to do. Angulo came on. Right. Your thoughts on him, Lee? I know we've not seen a lot of him. But...
Yeah. No. Like, listen, to be honest, I've never really heard of him. But he's 22. He's a fast wing. He's tricky. He's quite tall as well. So it seems that we're going for tall wingers or tall wide players. I mean, Traore's a tall wide player. I think Talby's quite tall, maybe 5'10", 5'11". So he looks an exciting player. And he did the interview with the club in Spanish. And obviously, being a Spanish speaker, I understand what he's saying. But I thought that he came across really well. He came across as really mature, really humble, hard-working. And that's something you don't always see from South Americans who come to the Premier League. They're normally kind of like not well-educated, only in it for the money. But he spoke really, really well. So I'm excited about this signing. I think he's going to be a success.
Terry, have you seen enough of him yet?
No, I've never seen him play as such, apart from clips on YouTube. But you've got to take other players' words for it. And he's good friends with Siddiqui. I think they played at Anderlecht, I think it was. So he's obviously had a good word to say about him. And if he's anywhere near as good as Siddiqui, then we've got another crack and play, haven't we?
Yeah, Johnny Cool says, looks like a talent. It is early days, obviously. Gary, what you've seen of him so far, what do you think?
He looks comfortable on the ball. The few times we did see him, he didn't look hurried or overawed by playing there. It's a good start on your debut. And I think we gave him free kick duties as well while he was on the pitch, which was noticeable. That would normally be Laffy, I think. There was certainly one bit I remember where he took the free kick and it was a decent delivery. He comes, with a bit of reputation from Belgium as being a very good winger, fast and capable. And I think if he gives us that outlet to show a bit of pace in the final third, then I've got a good feeling about this guy. I think he might do well from what I've heard. But early days. But hopefully, the fact that we've put him straight in as sub again tells me the club think he's capable of fitting straight in. So fingers crossed on this one.
Yeah, fantastic. Fruit Veg on there says yes, Stonewaller. Obviously on about the penalty down there. Ian Wilkinson says obviously she's not listening. Meaning our last, which she's not, because she would have definitely been in the chat. 100% she would. Quickly then, because I want to move on to Liverpool if I can. Man of the match from yesterday, Terry.
Oh God, it was hard to tell because I didn't watch the match. Listened on the radio. I don't have a Fire Stick. I can't look at. It's a blackout at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, so I can only go with what the radio said. So it's a struggle. Come back to us.
All right. Gary, I mean, you didn't need a Fire Stick, an illegal Fire Stick anyway, because you was actually there. Man of the match?
I don't deal in such things, Phil. I would definitely never dream of such a thing. Terry, I'll have a word with you later. I went for Brobby, to be honest, just out of sympathy, because that poor lad, he's strong as an ox, he works hard, we're relying on him so much, and he gets jack all from the referees, doesn't he? I mean, some of the pictures that I've seen afterwards, he's getting his shirt pulled off him. Yeah. They're all over him. And they've got their arms around him, and he gets nothing. So, he keeps working. He's a battler. I agree with what Lee said earlier. He doesn't look like an actual finisher to me. Although, having said that, he's done a couple of half chances for us. But he's obviously not the finished article, and we know that. But yeah, I went for Brobby on that basis.
Yeah, right. Lee?
I'm going to go for Dan Ballard and a second choice of Diarra. I thought Ballard was immense at the back. He was a rock, cleared everything, did what he was supposed to do. On the penalty, I've just watched it back when they scored their goal, and he's getting his arm pulled. Of course he is, but you know what I mean. It's like it's the referees in the penalty area; they won't give those. But if it's anywhere else on the pitch, they will.
Yeah.
Diarra really impressed me. He showed some really nice touches where he flicked the ball over the head, he controlled it, and he flicked over the head of their guy. So he was really tidy as well and showed energy. Brobby, he frustrates me because he gets his shirt pulled all the time, but he's doing the same to them. And I think he's more obvious to the referee the way he pulls the shirts. It's more evident. And I think he doesn't need to do it. He doesn't need to be pulling their shirts because he's got that strength anyway. He just needs to cut that out of his game and just let them do it to his shirt, and then he'll get free kicks. But I think, didn't he break one of the players' shirts a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? I can't remember who it was against. Yeah. And he ripped it because that's what he does. So I think that's what referees are seeing. They're probably watching the replays and saying, this bastard's like pulling his shirt and he's like more than him. So he doesn't need to do it. And that's like kind of frustration for me that he could be a very, very good player. Just cut that out of his game. But yeah, Ballard and Diarra for me.
Right, Terry, have you decided from your blackout radio?
I'll just go along with you, Phil. Whatever you pick up.
Right. Listen, Gary, you got a fan? Ian Wilkinson, keep Gary on. He's a man of the match tonight. So there you go. You've won him.
Thanks, Ian. You know your stuff, mate. I'm with you.
There you go.
Gary, is your surname Wilkinson by any chance?
Yeah, it was my granddad's middle name, actually. So that's good enough. Probably related.
Right, okay. Where was it? Book of condolences open at 4 p.m. until kick-off at the Academy of Light, apparently. So that must be on Wednesday. Right, we got 14 more people. If you hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on a mobile device and you've got the chat open, just close that. You'll see the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Smash that. Oh, we need 14 of you. Just 14 of you. We got 125 people on the stream. 14 of you. Hit that. That'll let us the 100 we'd like to get to on a Sunday. And don't forget, of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, free to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. That helps us out as well. Wednesday night, Sunderland versus Liverpool. I will tell you, by the way, I know it sounds terrible because it's prawn sandwiches and stuff like that. I've let somebody else have my season ticket. I am going corporate with Wolf Competitions are taking me. Wolf Competitions are sponsoring the match. But I'm gonna take my camera. I'm gonna go dead early, and I'm gonna do a behind the scenes vlog and stuff like that. And maybe I'm gonna have a chat with James, the CEO, and when they go on the pitch at the start, just before kickoff, to have your photograph taken. I'm gonna see if he'll take me on the pitch, and I'll take my camera on and see if we can get some. It might be some good footage. So
Bill, you know you're too big to be a mascot, don't you?
Yeah, that's what our last said. Our last says, you're going to look a bit of an idiot holding one of the players on as you go out there. But yeah, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, it should be some good content. So watch for that coming on the channel. Yes, Terry.
Take a big coat and sneak me under, mate, will you?
Yeah. But I'll
be by the dugout, just drag us out of the fence.
Yeah, I think we'll go in the changing rooms and all that, but we'll do a big behind the scenes thing for you with that. So just very quickly, because we are running out of time here. Lee, would you take a draw now?
Well, I mean, I'd take anything that means that we maintain our unbeaten home run.
You take a defeat, would you?
No, maintains our unbeaten home run.
You said you would take anything.
No, I said I'll take anything, which means that we maintain our unbeating home run. Let me finish this, man.
Right, okay, all right. I didn't let you finish the
but listen, after seeing Solobai, whatever he's called, Sherbet, getting sent off today for Liverpool, he's a dangerous player for them. Although he's been playing right back, but he's got one hell of a free kick on him. But they are scoring goals, Liverpool. I mean, they scored 4 against the Mags, 6 against Karabakh in Europe. 2 against Bournemouth, 3 against Marseille. So since the turn of the year, they have started to find their flow, and they are scoring goals. Salah, Ekatike are looking very good. Wirtz is looking good as well. But it'll be a tough game. But I'm confident that at home we can match them as we have with every other team this season.
Right, okay. Well, we've already got score predictions coming in. Stephen Thorne 1-0. Johnny Cool is going for 1-0. Jim Buck says 2-0 Sunderland. Gary, would you take a draw now?
Yeah. And I would straight away. Like Lee says, it keeps the unbeaten record going. You know, we've got a shocking record at home to Liverpool over the years. I can't think of too many times we've beaten them.
Beach ball.
When, sorry?
Beach ball.
Yeah, we needed some outside interference for that one.
Yeah, Billy, take a Wolf Competitions beach ball, will you, please?
Yeah,
get that on the pitch. I think Michael Proctor might have scored when we beat them one time. I can't remember what year that was. It might have been under Howard Wilkinson, but anyway, whatever. I'd take a draw straight away, but I've just got a sneaking feeling this is where the unbeaten home record goes. I hope I'm wrong.
Right, Terry, would you take a draw now?
Well, I think Gary, as Meatloaf once said, took the words right out of my mouth.
Hey. Who were Meatloaf before my time? Them
back in the days, it was malt loaf for you, mate.
Hey, that's twice you've done that. And remember, before we came on air, what you said. Yeah, you've done 2 live on air.
Yeah, but thing is, between mates, we can take the piss, and we can take
it. Yes. Thanks for that.
It's going to be a difficult game. I would take a draw. Yes, I would take a draw. I've watched them play Man City tonight. This Liverpool team against Newcastle last weekend, they scored goals for fun, and they weren't that good in the first half of the day. But the second half, they were absolutely fantastic. Obviously, I mean, but Man City are class as well. So, honestly, Szoboszlai, he's a cracking player trying to score goals going forward. He's not a great defender. I don't think I think he was if they had a proper right back today, I think they might have won that game. But yeah, I mean, I've got a bad feeling about this match on Wednesday. I will last support Liverpool as well, so she'll rub the bugger in. So I'm hoping we get a result. I really do. But I understand we've bounced back every single time we've getting beat this season. So come on, let's do it again.
Right, okay. Right, we're just about out of time, so I'm going to take predictions from you. Already on the chat, Ian Wilkinson 1-1. 2-2 says Brian Greener. SFC Tom says 1-1 down there. Predictions then. Terry.
Oh, I would love a win. Tell you what, 2-1 Sunderland.
I hope so, because that's my bets coming in. That'd be canny. Lee?
1-0 to Sunderland.
Gary, what we're going for?
I thought I was being over optimistic, saying 1-0. These two blow me out the water. 1-0. Probably
1-1. Right, okay. I'm gonna go 1-0. I just I'd like to think we should have beat them down there, but I know it's
They've improved.
Yeah, they have. We have basically run out of time. Before I do go, I'll go on join in there, Terry.
Yeah, just one thing. I mean, the lads that have come into Liverpool this season, they've all suddenly starting to get better and they're starting to click. And that, Adverts and Ekitike are like two class players. You've got to keep them quiet, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure Reggie will have addressed all that. Just very quickly before we go, excuse me. I want to tell you about. I know we're 6 weeks away or so, or whatever. Derby Day, Newcastle versus Sunderland. We did the deal this week. We are going to be in Elysium nightclub in Sunderland. You'll know from the past when we used to do Privilege and Passion, Illusions and all them. If you haven't got a ticket and you're not going through to St James's Park, the next best place to be will be to come to the show. It's the atmosphere is great. The fantastic days. We're on from 9 o'clock in the morning. Free to get in. It's not expensive drinks like you'll find elsewhere. So, and it is going to be chock-a-block. Over 1,000 people will be in there. So get it in your diary. 22nd of March, it is on a Sunday. If you can't get to St James's Park, come and join us at Elysium nightclub, all right, for Derby Day. It's going to be a beauty. It's going to be a beauty. 9 o'clock in the morning we're on from. So I hope to see you.
I take it the match is getting played there, is it?
Say that again.
I take it they're playing the match there, are they?
They play. What do you mean they're playing the match there?
Is it like live on TV there?
Well, yeah,
TV,
they're not
big screen.
Yeah. But there's a massive big video wall as well. All right. So what we'll do is I'll do my show. We'll get the atmosphere going. If you bring your flags, I want all the Sunderland flags hanging all around the club. All right, look absolutely mint. All right. We'll get the atmosphere going. We'll do the phone calls. We'll phone the bars in Newcastle and stuff like that. I've got a couple of little other ideas we want to try and do as well. And it'll be a great day. And it'll be a big build-up to the game. Full match live on the big video wall. Atmosphere will just be tremendous. So that is Elysium nightclub. It's opposite... I think it's Life O'Reilly.
I've got a fantastic idea, Phil. Why don't you get Alan Shearer and some stock so we can all throw tomatoes at them?
Right, there you go. You see. Well, I had the chance to have an ex-Sunderland player there and to ask some questions, but I turned it down because it just kills the atmosphere. What we want is we need it all like I saw you at the ground. So it'll be mental. Atmosphere will be mental. Come and see us. Free to get in as well. All right. And I'll love you forever. Right, I think that's it. That wraps it up. Terry, do you just want to say bye to everybody?
Yes, goodbye, everybody. Let's hope we can get 3 points on Wednesday against Liverpool. Come on.
Well, hopefully. Before I forget, I didn't even get a chance. I was going to mention, because by the time we come on next time, we'll have played Oxford in the Cup as well. But we might do something midweek. Who knows? All right. Gary, just say bye to everyone, would you?
Say goodbye, everybody, would you?
Yeah, I knew.
I know.
Yeah. And, of course, in Spanish. Lee, away you go.
Que paséis buena semana. Nos vemos el miércoles. 3 puntos. Have yourself a happy Alderete semana week. How it, lads?
Yay! Haven't got a clue what he said, but it sounds good. That's what I'm saying. Listen, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Once again, a massive thank you to Wolf Competitions for the sponsorship. And don't forget, wolfcompetition.co.uk. There is a link in the description. Go on there, win yourself some cash. I could be knocking on your door. And don't forget, if you are a member of our channel, watch for your name in the credits at the end. Thanks a lot. We'll see you. Bye.